Welcome to this AI and Spirit episode. Today I want to talk about 3 fabulous things that are happening as a result of the emergence of the AI age. And I want to talk about them all from a unique perspective, a perspective that I don't think others are talking about. And that perspective is a spiritual perspective. If you have been watching this channel, welcome to the channel. You know that this AI and Spirit series is about talking about the emergence of artificial intelligence with a perspective from spirituality. The spirituality I come from is called the Positively Focused Framework, which is what I use to help clients master their mindsets so they can create lives they love without getting bogged down in the burnout or the hustle of daily living. And so let's get right to it. There are 3 fabulous pieces of evidence showing that the AI age is emerging. And the 3 that I'm going to talk about today, wow, they all happened in the last month, but 2 of them happened in just the last couple of weeks that are really remarkable. And again, as I said a minute ago, I'm going to approach this from a spiritual perspective rather than from the AI perspective or the computer's perspective or tech perspective, so that you can ground yourself in the unfolding of all that is, which the AI age, the emergence of the AI age is a part. So the first thing I want to talk about, I'll move through this in chronological order. The first one I want to talk about is the conversation Elon Musk had with a person at Davos in January. In this conversation, Elon Musk essentially laid out his intentions for each of his companies and how these companies are designed to create, in his words, the Star Trek reality for all of us. It's really interesting because those who hate Elon Musk, including a really good friend of mine, believe that he is operating on some sort of selfish or spurious or evil motivations. His motivations are selfish, as are yours and as are mine. Remember, this is from a spiritual perspective. But when we operate from a selfish perspective, where we're focused only on pleasing ourselves, we cannot help but also please others. In order to understand that, I would suggest you tune into the Worthiness Wednesday episodes, where I share experiences from my clients' lives, which demonstrate the efficacy of the positively focused practice. Anyway, Elon Musk in this speech is talking about how he wants to see humanity thrive in a Star Trek reality. And all of his companies are designed to cause that to happen. And one of the most recent things that happened in Elon Musk's companies is with what's happened with Tesla. And what's happened with Tesla is that Tesla has decided to stop making the Model X and the Model S in favor of turning those factories into humanoid robot manufacturing plants. That is a fantastic outcome. And by the way, the Optimus robot by Tesla is not the only one out there that is making strides. And I'm not just talking about Figure, that fabulous robot, or the Boston Dynamics robot. There are at least 2 different robot pioneering companies in China who are making fantastic strides in producing humanoid robots. Both of them are worth talking about, and I'm not going to talk at length about both of them because I want to focus on the 3 really cool things that have happened. But I do want to talk about one of them that has created a robot, especially the female version, that is getting closer and closer to moving exactly like how a human female would move. It is so awesome to see. And then the other Chinese company, their robot, the way it can move through physical reality and multitask, take on directions as it's moving through completing an original direction, is really phenomenal. All of these robots, of course, are extensions of our collective intention to realize a physical reality in which we no longer have to work. That is absolutely happening. And as a result of our intentions, there are people like Elon Musk who are making that a reality through their own selfish pursuits. And that's why selfishness is so critical for the expansion of human beings. So I strongly encourage you to go watch Elon Musk's conversation with the host at Davos, because what he has to say, or what he had said in that interview, is just inspiring. Okay, the second thing I wanted to talk about is universal basic income. But what I really want to talk about relative to that is the new proposal that Peter Diamandis and Daniel Schreiber from Lemonade, Daniel Schreiber, I think his name, he's the CEO of the insurance company Lemonade. They recently launched a website called Mosaic, where they offer a very detailed plan for realizing a universal high income for every American. I'm not going to go into the details because I want to keep this brief, but I think the income that they propose paying every American through the Mosaic system is it's over $100,000. I think it might be $110,000 a year. A $110,000 a year salary for most Americans would dramatically improve the economic status of people's lives. And the Mosaic program, the plan outlined, or the proposal outlined in the Mosaic website, offers a really clear approach to realizing that universal high income, which is what Elon Musk has intuitively known is available to every American and every citizen in the world as a result of the emergence of AI, humanoid robots, and stellar technologies. So again, just like I said with Musk's Davos speech, this realization, this proposal, this Mosaic proposal, is a further forward manifestation of human beings' collective intention for realizing a world where people don't have to work. It's a really astounding proposal. Now, it might not come to fruition, but the fact that it's out there, and the fact that more and more people are realizing that the government is going to have to do something, and do something drastic, because AI is getting so good at doing work that the writing is on the wall about people not having jobs. As a matter of fact, I was talking with a client. This is interesting. I was talking with a client who is a software developer, a senior software developer. He runs teams for a major organization. And a year ago, when we were talking about UBI and the potential of artificial intelligence eliminating human beings from the labor force, his response was, human beings are always going to come up with different jobs. We've always done that in the past, and we're going to do that going forward. Fast forward to last week in our session, this client, this is so good, this client was convinced and a little bit panicking about the fact that the government needs to step in and put in place a universal basic income. He is seeing that there is no way human beings are going to be able to continue to work alongside artificial intelligence. Now, they may be able to do that in the short term, but as I told him last year, in the long term, human beings are not going to be able to compete with artificial intelligence and its ability to do work, especially once it's combined with vehicles, so driverless vehicles, and when artificial intelligence is combined with humanoid and other robot form factors. So again, this is the wonderful unfolding of human intention to manifest for themselves a future that is unlike what we've experienced in the past, with the past that we have experienced informing our desires that are creating the future that we're wanting. And everyone involved in technology, in YouTube, like people who are talking about these wonderful things, including you and me, and everyone else is participating in the unfolding of this future as cooperative components. Even those people who are against what is coming are participating in the unfolding of this magnificent future that is literally right around the corner. So I've talked about Mosaic, the universal high income proposal. I talked about Elon Musk's speech at Davos in January. The third thing I want to talk about is something that happened over the last 5 days or so, and that is the explosion that has happened with OpenClaw. It used to be called, I want to say it was called Claw, something like that. Anyhow, the organization was sued by Claude, the AI system, And so they had to change the name to OpenClaw. Anyway, whatever it's called, the phenomena that has launched as a result of OpenClaw. So if you don't know, I'd be surprised if you don't know, but if you don't know, OpenClaw is an open source AI agent that is all the rage right now. Everyone is going out and buying Mac Minis to run OpenClaw as their employee, and the results that people are getting are phenomenal. You can search on the internet for OpenClaw and see for yourself how phenomenal these results are. There are significant security risks, so I'm not doing it right now, which brings up something I want to talk about in a second. But what I find fascinating about this OpenClaw software is how quickly people are adopting and then adapting to it and wanting to embrace it. So much so, I've heard from other YouTubers that the demand for Mac Minis is off the charts with regard to people wanting to launch their own version of this open source AI agent. That is how effective it's turning out to be. Now, a lot of this might be hype, but the point that I'm making with regard to this OpenClaw agent is it's so good. It seems to have come from nowhere. And if you think back to almost exactly 12 months ago, DeepSeek was another one of these experiences. The Chinese I don't think it was open source, but the Chinese artificial intelligence that made strides almost exactly this time last year. Now here we are 12 months later, and we have another one of these experiences popping off, and it's causing a major stir in the AI space. These kind of seemingly stochastic unfoldings is the nature of all that is. This is how all that is expands into more, where people pursuing their selfish desires create something that cause others to want more of that. As you probably know, OpenClaw was created by a successful entrepreneur who decided that he didn't want to wait any longer for AI to do what he wanted to do, so he created his own agent. And now that agent is freely available through open source means to anyone who wants it. It's caused a major stir. So this is all fantastic news. Now, here's the spiritual part I want to emphasize. As all this is happening, some YouTubers and experts in the AI field and some commentors who are putting themselves forward as experts on these developments are suggesting that time is running out for you to get in on the game. They're creating a sense of fear of missing out. And here's the thing about the spiritual dynamics, the fundamental dynamics underlying how physical reality works. You're never late and you're never behind, and you can never miss your opportunity. So rather than thinking that you have to run out there and buy a Mac Mini and set up OpenClaw, even though you may not know squat about securing your personal finances or other sensitive data on your computer, rather than running out and trying to stay ahead or keep up with everyone else who's clamoring to embrace these technologies, you can relax and sit back and watch this unfolding with joy and ease and calm, knowing that it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. These technologies are just going to get better and better. The protections to secure your privacy are going to get better and better. As more opportunities come out, they're going to be better than the previous technologies. And the future that we're moving into is one of abundance, you guys. Abundance of everything, including opportunity. So there's no way you're going to be left behind. There's no way you're going to be at a loss if you choose to wait it out and wait for things to get better. Your life experience is your life experience. Resist comparing your current self to someone else's current self. Comparison is never a good idea. Instead, learn to trust, to know that everything you want is coming to you with ease, and it will be so because your current life condition, your current life circumstances, however they happen to be, are unfolding because of your trust and belief that that was happening, that that would be an outcome. That's your evidence to prove to you that the future you're wanting is yours when you line up your beliefs consistent with the future you're wanting. Everything that's happening that I've talked about today, these new humanoid robots, Elon Musk sharing his personal motivations for running his companies, Peter Diamandis and Daniel Schreiber's new proposal for universal high income, all of these things are evidence. Evidence of what? Evidence that is showing that the universe is lovingly delivering to us a future that is going to knock all of our socks off. If you're interested in wanting to see what I see, or see your version of what I see, I suggest you check out the Worthiness Wednesday episodes, and if that moves you, become a client. And until then, if you decide to do that, I mean, you don't have to come and be my client. I say this many times in my Worthiness Wednesday episodes. There are lots of people out there who are talking about the things I talk about, who are offering this similar versions, their versions of what I offer my clients. And I'm sure they're having as effective results as I'm having with my clients. So you don't have to come specifically to me. There are lots of people out there. Search them out. You may find one that resonates with you. If you think you resonate with me, reach out. I have room on my calendar. See you in the next video.